The first thing is the digitalization, so they need to have a customer-centric approach, and digital will help them with that. Interestingly, for instance, that's where the use of data becomes so important, because in my view, it is essential that banks will have to learn to use their data in a different way. Let me explain that. Banks had massive amounts of data in the past for many years, but banks would never use that data because it was always transaction bound. So you wanted a mortgage, we would give you a mortgage, and with the data that you had to give, we would do nothing. Now the new competitors in big tech have data analysis as a core business, and that is what they do. And this is a new kind of competitor. And this also leads to the strange phenomena in society that people dislike banks but trust them, and people like Google but distrust them. And so this is where banks will have to find the balance, because there is in my view, there is no doubt that if people want to buy a house, that where in the past they would ask their bank and it would take 2 weeks until they were invited, and then they would be talked to, and then it would take another 2 weeks for approval because they would have to do all the research, that this doesn't work anymore in the future. In my view, the bank, by grouping and analyze the data before, should know what kind of client and what I am and what kind of mortgage I can have, so that fundamentally the moment I ask for the mortgage, that the bank is able to give a response with lightning speed. So this use of data as the customer-centric organization will lead to incredible investment in systems, but also to customer approval. To indeed, as you also say in your report, the data analytics of banks will need to be much higher because your competitors deliver on that. And many banks are very, very much there. And finally, and so that's one trend. So direct customer-centric approaches by using of digitalization and focus data usage. The other thing, of course, is that in the sustainable world, and you see that in particular young generations are very conscious of having purpose in society and wanting to live in a more sustainable life. So banks are, so any brand is not only considered for the product that it delivers, but also where it stands in society and where it stands on the big questions of society. And banks will have to develop and be part of society and stand for things. They cannot be only neutral. They need to give purpose. So these two big trends, which you actually also see in and signal in your report, are issues that banks need to deal with.